Want justice? Go to JudgeJudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Well, if you saw him, then you shouldn't have crossed the sidewalk. You want to play it again? Bird, would you play that again for me, please? If you saw him, I'm giving you credit that you didn't see him, but if you saw him and he was riding on the street, why did you keep going? Look, just watch. Okay. Watch where your car is. Sidewalk. You do not own the sidewalk.
That is
You're
correct.
supposed to stop at the property line. And you see, if you said you saw him, what did you go out for? Where did you expect him to go? In the front of your car?
I actually did, ma'am, or stop.
You expected him to stop? No, you have to stop.
Okay.
You have to stop. See how easy that was? Your case is dismissed. We're done.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I was obviously upset about the damage to the car, and I made sure he was okay, and he was. He was visibly upset.
Well, I'm kind of glad because now I ain't in the bind and I ain't got to pay her because I knew it was more to the story.
I chose to handle it and speak with his mother about it.
With my son running into her car, and I already knew it was more to that than just him running into the car.
In my estimation of it, it wasn't my fault, so I felt that I didn't need to go through my insurance.
Yeah, big time. Accidents happen. The kid gonna mess up something later down the line. I mean, it was an accident.
I have no ill will toward them or anything, but I just felt that I needed to plead my case.
Watch out for the kids. Yeah.
Accidents happen and lessons learned.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us here for News 40 at 5. I'm Michael Ridgway.
And I'm Chris Allen. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday evening after a chilly day.
It was really cold yesterday. It got down to 28 last night.
Yeah, it was cold last night. It's going to get even colder tonight. You thought that was cold? Wait till you see some of the numbers I've got for you. Already, we're right around freezing, checking a few of the community cams around the area. I-65 at Cemetery Road here in Bowling Green. Traffic moving along nicely in a clear sky. Temperature at 30. Up in Hardin County near Cecilia, 32 with a clear sky. And that's only the beginning of things to come. Already some of the temperatures are falling into the upper 20s, like Hardinsburg, Litchfield, Munfordville, Edmonton already there, and dew points are already in the teens. That's a small sign of maybe what's going to happen tonight. How about this? Under a clear sky, I'm calling for a low of 19 tonight. It's going to warm up, though, from here on out. Your 7-day forecast is straight ahead. Michael?
Our top story tonight, a Whitley County couple charged with the murder of a 4-year-old girl heads back to the courtroom for a preliminary hearing. Now, for the first time, we're hearing testimony about what led police to finding the body of Chloe Darnell 2 weeks ago. Andrew Lamparski has the latest from the witness stand.
Both of them indicated that this death was accidental, correct?
Yes.
Whitley County Sheriff's Lieutenant David Lassiter sat in a courtroom Monday, sharing the chilling details of his visit to Brittany Slaughter and Adam Hayes' home, which led to charges for the murder of 4-year-old Chloe Darnell. Lassiter describing the conditions of their home when he arrived for a welfare check.
Filthy. I'm trying to be I'm not trying to be unkind here. That was, the house was covered in urine and dog feces. The floors in that house, in that trailer, were soft.
And something was missing from the home. Chloe. Lassiter told the court Hayes and Slaughter explained the 4-year-old had fallen off of a shelf in her room and claimed to have attempted CPR on the child for 6 hours straight to no avail.
And was the defendant Hayes questioned on why he didn't call 911 or the authorities upon the child's fall?
He was high. He had drugs in the house, and Chloe was deceased.
Slaughter, who had custody of Darnell, confessed to police about the incident, leading them to a shallow grave near a Whitley County cemetery, and added Hayes had often physically punished Darnell for having accidents.
And he said that kids can be smart, and she would do that to get at him, to spite him.
Now, the court is awaiting an autopsy from the University of Tennessee to determine the cause of Chloe's death. Both Slaughter and Hayes have pleaded not guilty. Prosecutors have 60 days to indict and present the case to a grand jury.
Well, one man is facing several charges after authorities say he was trafficking narcotics in Allen County. The Allen County Scottsville Crime Task Force says that after a year-long investigation, since September of 2022, they arrested this man, Terry W. Jackson. Authorities say that Jackson was distributing hydrocodone and gabapentin pills to multiple people in Allen County. Jackson was arrested Monday and is facing 3 counts of first-degree trafficking in controlled substance. In more local news, the Kentucky Judicial Commission on Mental Health is making the final stop of its listening tour at the Sloan Convention Center tomorrow evening. The purpose of the tour is to hear the lived experiences of those who have had mental health or addiction-related law enforcement interactions or incarceration. The commission hopes to use these experiences to systematically change the way in which law enforcement officers, courts, and correctional facilities handle those suffering from mental health disorders and addiction.
We needed to hear from individuals with lived experience about the successes and also the barriers that they encountered when they went through the behavioral health in the court system. So we set out on a listening tour at the end of August, and Bowling Green will actually be our final stop tomorrow night.
Those with similar experiences are encouraged to come to the event and give their perspective to the commission. For more information, you can visit kycourts.gov/KJCMH. Well, shifting gears now, the holidays are here, and protecting yourself and celebrating with family and friends is a perfect gift. News 40's Noah Fairber has more on how you can post safely to social media this holiday and joins us in the studio with more details.
That's right, Michael. Whether you're opening presents or taking a trip, it's important to not give criminals too much access to your belongings. Take a look. With the holiday season in full swing, it's important to be aware of what you post on social media.
The one thing that people really need to bear in mind is when in doubt, leave it out. Sometimes it feels like something didn't happen if we don't represent it on our social media. But in fact, letting too much information about your life, your presence, your children, anything about perhaps your family, all of these things are sort of opening the door a little wider to somebody who wants to take advantage.
No matter how cool your Christmas presents may be this year, don't post them online.
If you've got an amazing computer, a fantastic new, car, a riding mower, something that could easily be walked off with, or if someone has surprised you with a cruise or a trip tomorrow, to Tahiti, these things are not things you should probably post about until after they're secured and the holidays are over.
Posting these gifts or your location could lead to property being stolen, so make sure any packages you may receive are also taken care of.
If you're going to be gone, not to post on Facebook that you're going to be gone a certain day and a certain time, or if you are getting items through UPS or FedEx or the Postal Service, that you have an availability for someone to pick them up, or in a safe location they be delivered to.
One way to make sure your packages are safe and secure is to have a nearby family member pick them up when they've arrived. Michael?
All right, Noah. Well, every day, Potter Children's Home makes a difference in the lives of children, single parents, and things aren't any different during the holidays. For decades, the Children's Home has given kids and parents the chance to make Christmas wish lists, and communities across South Central Kentucky give them the gifts to make sure they can all receive the best Christmas that they deserve.
Many of our residents have had Christmases where they got nothing or got very little. And so they're just really excited, they're thankful. It's just a joy to help them have the kind of Christmas that we want them to have.
To help the Potter Children's Home, you can do more than donate gifts. You can also volunteer. For more details on how you can get involved, visit WNKY.com. And the numbers are in. This year's Toys for Tots Hand It to a Hero was a huge success. Organizers of Saturday's event say they collected more than $5,000 and around 800 individual toys. This weekend, over 300 local families will receive their bags of blessings at the Toys for Tots North Pole, located inside Meadows and More on Old Barren River Road in Warren County. Everyone is invited to come out and witness the magic of this annual event from 9 to 11 a.m. Well, now to Lexington, where Sebastian the Husky needed a little help after he got stuck in a sewer drain on Sunday. Evelyn Schultz got the chance to meet the precarious Sebastian and learn more about his rescue before being reunited with his owner.
Hi. Hello. That's very unusual for us. Sometimes in the spring we get ducklings trapped in a storm drain, but this will be a first for me.
It was a first for animal control officers and the adventure of a lifetime for Sebastian the Husky. The spunky dog found himself trapped inside a sewer drain Sunday morning.
He was pretty noticeable because he has these stunning blue eyes, and you see a face in the storm drain, which I think is would shock anyone who was walking by.
Jai Hamilton says they're not sure how Sebastian ended up in such a tight spot, but it's possible he chased a small animal into the sewer. However it happened, the Husky wanted out.
When we were there, he was extremely talkative. So he wanted help, but he was kind of afraid, but he was very vocal the whole time, so it was very hard to read his behavior, but he was a very nice boy.
Hamilton says she and her coworkers spent about half an hour trying to rescue him. They ended up removing the manhole cover to pull him out.
It was a little hard because he's such a big dog, and picking him up, and we don't know his behavior, taking him above the storm drain. But he was a very good boy, and I think he was just excited to get out.
Excited to get out and eager to reunite with his owner, who picked him up Monday evening. A happy ending for Sebastian, who seems ready for his next adventure, hopefully above ground.
Still to come on News 40 at 5, respiratory illnesses spreading quick. The latest data on that in just a bit, but first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is in with a full look at your forecast next.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas, my favorite time. Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
Toyotathon is on. Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota, like Camry, Tacoma, Grand Highlander, and more. Celebrate the season with a new Toyota. We're gonna need a bigger tree.
Get low APR financing on remaining new 23 Highlanders, or get $1,000 APR cash on any new gas model 2024 Highlander, including the first ever Grand Highlander.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
Are your basement walls bowing or cracked? USS is here to help. Cracks along your basement wall are telltale signs moisture is collecting in the soil against your foundation, causing the weakest point of your wall to bow. USS has the support you need with our innovative Invisibeam. It's the strongest carbon fiber strap on the market and the only one ICC certified with a lifetime warranty. Visit USS-KY.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
Welcome back, everyone. It's now time for a full look of our forecast. Chris, what can you tell us about the days to come leading up to going into December?
Well, it's going to be wet, and it's going to be warmer.
Okay.
we need the rain.
For
and
sure,
the warmer
yes.
temperatures would feel good. But remember, this is a Christmas parade weekend.
Yes,
So we
for
don't
sure.
want it to rain on the parades.
Yeah, of course.
So to
of
speak.
course.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll see what happens. I think we're going to be okay. No matter what time your local hometown Christmas parade is or where it is, I think we're going to be fine. But we are going to see rain chances going up. Radar is, of course, all clear, and the skies have been clear pretty much all day. There's nothing out there that's going to bring us any kind of precipitation anytime soon. It's going to take a while before we get there. We've got to wait for the atmosphere to start to saturate a little bit more, and it'll start doing that tomorrow evening, but especially into Thursday is when things are looking a little wetter. Here we go with the current conditions at the airport. 35, light west wind at 3, kind of north-northwest. So the wind chill's only 32, but look at these numbers. Humidity 41%. The dew point is at 14. And you look at that beautiful sky. This is down I-65 at the Tennessee border. It is beautiful, yes, but all these numbers tell me that we could see the coldest night that we've had here in a long time. As I showed you at the beginning of the show, maybe like 19 for an overnight low. It's possible. Here we go. The winds are beginning to relax. We've had some breezy conditions today from the west and northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. But now we're starting to see some single-digit winds, which is good. So the feels like temperature is not all that bad, although it's starting to feel like low to mid 20s off to the north and east of us. And lows this morning did start in the 20s for a lot of folks. It was closer to 30 here in Bowling Green. It is going to be much colder than that tomorrow morning. 39 was our high. We could even hit 40 today. 54 is where we should be. 29 is or was the low this morning officially. So yeah, we're hitting a cold spot here, and it's going to stay very chilly tonight. But tomorrow we'll start to warm things up. High pressure down south. So the winds here have been more westerly to northwesterly today. Upper level flow is trying to kick some of that colder air through the area one more time. And it will until high pressure begins to pull a little bit further east. And that'll happen tonight and during the day tomorrow. Then the winds by early tomorrow morning start to become more southwesterly. So that naturally, with the sunshine tomorrow, is going to warm us up. We get into Wednesday afternoon, and we're talking about close to 60 for a high temperature. And then as we get into Thursday, we start to see the moisture increase ahead of a cold front, and that's when the showers will start to pull in. It's looking more like Thursday night before we'll see our first raindrops here in southern Kentucky. Until then, more of a warmer flow from the south, and temperatures getting close to 60 degrees, so that is going to be nice. But in the meantime, this means business tonight. Hopefully you've got everything you need to stay warm. I'm calling for 19 for an overnight low here in Bowling Green. Outside in the country, maybe even closer to 16, 17 with the winds calm. But then the winds start to pick up from the south as we get into the day tomorrow, and that's going to shoot us up to 53, then near 60 on Thursday with increasing clouds. You see that 100% chance of rain on Friday. That's mostly early, so I think we're okay for the Smiths Grove Parade on Friday night. And then all-day parade Saturday near 60, just a 20% chance of a shower, but it's going to stay a little unsettled as we head into the beginning of next week with highs in the 50s and low 60s. And here's what's coming up tonight on NBC 40.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Did you know that even if you quit smoking up to 15 years ago, that you could still be at risk for lung cancer? a lung cancer screening could save your life. If you are a current or former smoker between the ages of 50 and 80 years old, ask your doctor if you are eligible for a lung cancer screening. MedCenter Health Primary Care offers 8 locations across South Central Kentucky where you can get started.
Holidays for the Homeless has arrived at Leachman Buick GMC. Help impact lives within your local community by donating essential items needed this winter season. Items needed most are hats, coats, gloves, blankets, and sleeping bags. Leachman will be serving as the drop-off location now through January 1st. Let's share the love with those who need it most this holiday season. Brought to you by Leachman Buick GMC.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas is my favorite time. Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
The competition is on. This is nerve-wracking. Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
After a busy holiday travel weekend, the respiratory virus season is ramping up across most of the country. Forecasting from the CDC suggests there will be about the same number of hospitalizations as last season. In this evening's Health Minute, we take a look at the latest data on how to keep you and your family healthy. Across the U.S., flu, COVID-19, and RSV are spreading.
It is that time of year, and we know that all of the respiratory viral illnesses are starting to ramp up.
Flu cases are rising across most of the country, especially in Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and South Carolina. While outpatient visits for flu-like illnesses are lower than this time last year, they're still higher than the previous 4 seasons. COVID-19 hospital admissions and emergency department visits are also on the rise again after a few weeks of decline.
I was in the hospital on call this holiday weekend, and I'm certainly starting to see more people being hospitalized, mainly with COVID.
Dr. Kristen England with Cleveland Clinic says it's not too late to protect you and your family through vaccination. More than 1/3 of adults and children have gotten a flu shot this year. When it comes to the new COVID-19 vaccine, nearly 16% of adults and just over 6% of children have gotten it, and nearly 15% of adults ages 60 and up have gotten the new RSV vaccine.
Vaccinations will always be the key way to prevent the transmission of any of these respiratory viral illnesses.
In more health news, staggering news surrounding pregnant and postpartum women tonight. We're learning that the overdose death rate for these individuals is on the rise. The National Institute on Drug Abuse found that overdose deaths more than tripled in women aged 35 to 44 between 2018 and 2021. Experts say it could be related to isolation associated with the COVID-19 pandemic, along with the stigma surrounding women and substance abuse problems. Previous research has shown that pregnant women are less likely to receive an appointment to an addiction treatment center and often face punishment for their substance abuse use. And parents, do you use melatonin to help your child sleep? You may be surprised to learn that new research shows nearly 1 in 5 adolescents are using melatonin to help get to sleep. That's according to a study published in JAMA Pediatrics, which studied data gathered from the parents of 993 children ages 1 through 14. Research also found these children took the supplement regularly. The body naturally produces melatonin, but it can also be taken as a supplement, which is sold over the counter. Pediatricians recommend parents discuss their child's sleep issues before starting any kind of sleep aid. And more hostages take their first steps toward freedom. What can we expect as the ceasefire is extended between Hamas and Israel? That answer is on the way.
At Infinity Pipeline, your family is our family. Our employees are the foundation of what we do. And what matters to you matters to us. We're now hiring the next generation of skilled workers to help grow our community. Apply now. InfinityPipeInc.com.
BG Home Furnishings is the best place to shop and work.
We stay motivated with daily massages.
It is just like the North Pole around here. Santa and his elves are delivering daily. We can make a calendar out of our delivery team. Meet Mr. November, always smiling and ready to deliver your sofa. For over 40 years, we are proud to be a locally owned and operated business. We are so thankful for the continued support of our community.
All aboard Santa's Lookout Express! Don't miss this holiday train ride through the lights near Bowling Green, Kentucky. Book your seat now at santaslookout.com.
Like I was saying, I love my new career. Oh, check this out. This website, Bowling Green Works, they had all the resources I needed. They made finding my job so easy.
Is your search for a new home on hold because of high interest rates and high monthly payments? Jago Homes has your solution with a low 4.99 fixed interest rate and no energy bills for 2 years. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your family will be comfortable year-round with exclusive energy-smart technology. Learn why a new Jago home is more affordable than you think at jagohomes.com. Because life is too precious to be put on hold.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
Israel said another group of hostages, including 10 Israelis, has returned to Israel today. In exchange, Israel released another 30 Palestinian prisoners. It's part of the 2-day extension of the temporary ceasefire between Hamas and Israel. CIA Director William Burns is in Qatar for talks to try and reach an even longer truce. Natalie Brand reports from the White House.
Another group of hostages took their first steps of freedom, arriving into Egypt Tuesday as part of the deal extending the temporary ceasefire between Hamas and Israel. 60 Israeli hostages have now been freed under the agreement. But the agony continues for the relatives of the youngest hostage, 10-month-old Kafir Bibas, and his 4-year-old brother Ariel, who were abducted along with their parents.
We don't know where they are being held. What is their condition?
A Hamas official told CBS News it's looking to extend the pause in fighting even further, which could result in the release of not just women and children being held, but also men and abducted Israeli soldiers. The White House has said it wants to see the pause continue as long as prisoners keep coming out.
We're determined to continue that for as long as possible to bring as many people home as we possibly can.
CBS News has confirmed that CIA Director William Burns attended meetings in Qatar about the conflict and the hostages. Israel continues to release Palestinian prisoners as part of the deal. The truce extension has also enabled the UN to deliver even more desperately needed food and other humanitarian aid to civilians in Gaza.
Our team saw hunger, desperation, and destruction.
The White House says U.S. military flights with additional aid, including medical and winter-related supplies, are expected to arrive soon. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Don't go anywhere. We'll have a final look at your forecast when we return.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
It's time for Nat's annual Christmas Bikes for Kids.
And you can help by donating a new or gently used bike.
At Nat's Outdoor Sports. The bike shop at Nat's Outdoor Sports will make any needed repairs.
And the Bowling Green JCs will distribute bikes to underprivileged children throughout our community.
Nat's will be accepting new and used bikes until December 5th. Nat's Bikes for Kids, sponsored by WNKY News 40.
I'll hit Woohoo 107.
And these great sponsors.
Looking to shop for a cause or to donate to a local nonprofit store? Visit the Habitat Restore of Bowling Green, located at the corner of 8th and Center across from the Bowling Green Ballpark. Call or visit our website today to learn more.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas is my favorite time.
Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
Enjoy a great lunch with a different food truck every week and help support our local charities.
Join us for Food Truck Fridays at the Tidballs parking lot on Chestnut Street. Part of your lunch purchase will be donated to a local nonprofit by Flora Templeton Stewart and our food trucks.
Food Truck Friday has collected over $10,000, making a difference in our community.
Brought to you by the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
Well, Chris, I know that you said earlier that we're looking at some precipitation coming our way, which we need for sure. But it's not gonna rain on anybody's parade this weekend, right?
Hopefully not. I mean, there is that chance that somebody might get a little something,
right,
but it's not going to be a lot of rain. Tonight is what we've really got to watch. I mean, tonight, under a clear sky and temperatures are already falling rapidly, we're calling for a low of 19 tonight, and then tomorrow we're going to see that warm-up begin tomorrow, go through the next several days. 53 tomorrow, then 60s as we head through the rest of the weekend.
All right, well, we all appreciate you guys so much for joining us here for News 40 at 5. We'll see you back here at 6 and 10 p.m.